Well, folks, there are a bunch of lessons from 2023. One of them, if you look at the polling data about how 18 to 24-year-olds are some of the dumbest people known to humankind, one of those lessons is when they say they're coming for your kids, they were coming for your kids, and you should take it seriously. When people say they are coming for your kids, you should listen. In July 2021, the San Francisco Gay Men's Choir sang a uniquely honest song in an attempt to slap at social conservatives. The choir created and posted a song in which they said they were, quote, coming for your children. Here's what this creepy song sounded like.
We'll convert your children. Someone's gotta teach them not to hate. We're coming for them. We're coming for your children.
Well, that was true, of course. Radical progressives believe the only way to create a better world is to rip children away from their parents ideologically, to indoctrinate them in the ways of left-wing social change, to turn them into little activists bent on exploding their parents' values. That's how you create a better world. Those progressives, they're not new. They've spent generations taking over the schools, the media, the entertainment industry. It's the reason why, as we discussed earlier this week, a new Harvard-Harris poll shows 79% of people aged 18 to 24 in the United States believe that, quote, white people are oppressors, and non-white people and people of certain groups have been oppressed, and as a result, should be favored today at universities and for employment. It's why 67% of those same young people believe that, quote, Jews as a class are oppressors and should be treated as oppressors. If you're wondering just why hundreds of thousands of young people, Western leftists, are in the streets chanting for Hamas, that would be the reason why. If you're also wondering just why 20% of all young people now consider themselves LGBTQ plus minus divided by sign, that is also why generations of children have been hijacked into a neo-Marxist binary of oppressor versus oppressed. And it is always better to identify as the oppressed than the oppressor. Makes you feel a lot better, and it gives you unending power to do anything you want. After all, if you are the oppressed, you can do whatever you want to the oppressor to free yourself and liberate yourself. Recruiters for this perverse ideology start really young. Really, really young. That is why this week, Coco Melon Lane on Netflix featured two gay dads teaching their son to put on a skirt and a tiara in the name of self-fulfillment. Here's what that looked like.
You love to get up and dance. How about you break out those moves for your two biggest fans? If you're not sure what to choose, think about all the things you like to do. Just be you.
Just be me?
Yep.
When you're trying to decide, think about all the things you like to do. Just be you.
Just be me.
For context, Coco Melon's YouTube channel has 170 million subscribers and 173 billion views. So yes, the producers of the most watched children's content in human history are coming for your kids too, teaching them gender fluidity and exploding the idea of the traditional family structure. Whether it's the educational system, whether it's the media, whether it's entertainment, there are a lot of people who want to change how your children think. So that's lesson number one. They're coming for your kids, and you should do something about it. One of the reasons why we here at Daily Wire built an entire streaming network called BentKey, so you can put your kids in front of children's programming that doesn't wreck their lives, that actually reflects your values. By the way, makes a great Christmas gift. While I'm pitching it, head on over to bentkey.com right now. Let me tell you about being healthy this year. So, got to be honest with you, not good about eating my fruits and veggies, but what I am much better about is taking my Balance of Nature fruits and veggies. They're a great way to make sure you're getting essential nutritional ingredients every single day. Balance of Nature uses an advanced cold vacuum process that encapsulates fruits and veggies into whole food supplements without sacrificing their natural antioxidants. The capsules are completely void of additives, fillers, extracts, synthetics, pesticides, or added sugar. The only thing in Balance of Nature's fruit and veggie capsules are, like fruits and veggies. Balance of Nature's fiber and spice supplement, it's a revolutionary fiber drink with a unique blend of 12 spices and whole foods. Producer Zach makes it a point to bring his Balance of Nature fruit and veggie capsules anytime we're on the road. He takes them daily, which is what allows him the superpower to actually produce videos on a moment's notice. There's never been an easier way to make sure you're getting your daily dose of fruits and veggies. Experience Balance of Nature for yourself today. Go to balanceofnature.com. Use promo code Shapiro for 35% off your first order as a preferred customer. Plus, you get that free bottle of fiber and spice. Balanceofnature.com. Promo code Shapiro. Get 35% off your first preferred order plus a free bottle of fiber and spice right now. We need to ramp up our efforts to save the lives of innocent babies. I can't stress this enough. Because of our partnership with Preborn, an organization dedicated to saving the lives of the unborn, we can actually do just that. Every day, Preborn's network of clinics rescues 200 babies as they compete head-to-head with the abortion giants. Preborn offers free ultrasounds to moms who are considering abortion. Once these moms see their babies and hear the heartbeat, they are twice as likely to choose life. And now through a match, your tax-deductible gift is doubled too. Because Preborn supports both moms and babies with diapers, car seats, counseling, and more, you're offering double blessings. Now is the time to put your year-end write-offs to work. Please double down today. You're not going to do anything more important this year. We're hitting the end of the year. Now is an amazing time to do some good right at the end of the year. Just dial pound 250 on your phone. Say keyword baby. That's pound 250 baby, or donate securely at preborn.com/Ben. Again, that is preborn.com/Ben. Go check them out right now. Start saving lives today. Every time a mom sees her baby on ultrasound, it's going to radically increase the chance that that baby sees life. Just dial pound 250 on your phone. Say keyword baby. There are a lot of people who do not think like you. This is something Westerners have a really tough time with. A lot of Enlightenment philosophy is based on the idea that everybody is basically the same. All the same. Now, obviously, we are all equal in the eyes of God. We all have innate human value, but we certainly do not think the same. And the Enlightenment idea that every single person wants the same things at root, that every single person, regardless of culture, regardless of education, regardless of how they are brought up, thinks sort of the same things, that is a lie. And it's a stupid lie. And it's a really dangerous lie. In 2023, Hamas slaughtered children in their cribs, burned them alive, raped women in front of their husbands, and then killed them or dragged them off to Gaza after shooting their husbands in the head. And an entire cadre of Westerners thought, well, it's probably because they were victimized in some way. Something must have happened to drive them to that. Because after all, who would do that? This is why, in this current conflict between Israel and Hamas, when Hamas takes its own children and uses them as human shields, the West, at least the leftist West, decides that it must be Israel's fault somehow, because after all, the people of Hamas, they must think the same way that Western leftists do. They must be driven to this sort of thing. Well, there's another possibility, and that's because Hamas does not think like you. They don't have your priorities. They actually don't care about their children in the same way that you do, or at least in the way that you think that they should. They have different priorities than you, which is why they are fine with burning babies alive in their cribs. And here's the thing. Pretending that people are all thinking like you will get you killed. People do not all want the same thing. They don't all want freedom. Freedom does not beat in the breast of every human being, as George W. Bush once foolishly said. That is not reality. There are a lot of people who prize, for example, religious fealty over freedom. There are a lot of people who prize government benefits over freedom. There are a lot of people who prize a lot of different things in ways that you don't prize. And that's why you have to understand who they are in order to deal with them realistically. This means that we must be realistic about our enemies on the foreign front, obviously. Jobs are not going to solve the problems that you have with Hamas or Hezbollah. Appeasement is not going to solve the problems you have with the Chinese government. Being realistic about your enemies, reading what they teach their kids, reading what they themselves think. That is the best way to understand them, rather than simply projecting your own thoughts onto them and then assuming that if something makes them angry, it must be you. But it's not just being realistic about our enemies on the foreign front. It also means we have to be realistic about many of the people who live with us, fellow Americans, fellow Westerners, many of whom also don't want the same things that you do. And what that really means is that we're going to have some extremely serious discussions in this country about what holds us all together. As the country feels like it's fraying, as it feels like it's coming apart, we're going to have to figure out, what do we hold in common? Because if it turns out that people don't think like you in the country that you live in, you have a serious problem, a very serious problem. Are you tired of the lies and the twists of the mainstream media talking points? Yeah, me too. Join me in my newest series, Fact, where I dismantle and bring truth to this tiring mainstream agenda.